This is the Benchwarmers Trivia Podcast. We have assembled the world's finest sports and trivia dorks to prove once and for all that we are just as bad at this as we were at sports. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Benchwarmers Trivia Podcast, sports trivia for those of us who rode the pine. And welcome to episode, 233. I am not your host, Matt. But today's game will be pitting two benchwarmer teams against each other, so let's talk to those benchwarmers. Eric Walling is over there. Hi, Eric. Are you still aglow from the Rangers' victory? Even though this episode will come out like in January, so it'd be like basically like everyone forgot about it.
Well, yeah, pretty much everyone outside of like the Dallas-Fort Worth area will. They forgot about it while it was still going on. Most of national media did. PTI was like leading with a Clippers Suns game early in the season in like game 3 of the World Series. So I'm good. I've actually started a new hobby, and that is collecting autographed baseball cards of everyone from the roster for the Texas Rangers World Series. So come to find out, not a whole lot of demand for Martin Perez autographed cards or Travis Jankowski autographed cards. So picking up a lot of $1, $2. Got some pretty sweet Mitch Garver twin stuff.
Oh yeah, Mitch Garver.
I'm about halfway through right now, and I think I'm still pretty low on the spend. I think Evan Carter, Josh Young, Corey Seager are going to get a little more expensive, and then Scherzer and DeGrom wasn't really on the team, but I feel like I should probably have him. I'll put him on the back because he didn't actually show up of whatever frame I put it in.
There you go. All right, and you'll be teaming up with Scott tonight. Hi, Scott. How are you? And why don't you give us your team name?
I'm good. I have autographs for every benchwarmer except for Taco, so he's the last one, and then I can complete my collection. And then I'm going to steal all your identities. I'm doing well. I'm excited to play. We have a great host. I won't spoil it, but I'm a fan, even though I'm a little scared of his game. But we'll see how it goes. But Walling and I are teaming up, and that happens almost never. I think we've teamed up more times than the Rangers have won the World Series, but it's close. It's close.
Very close. It may be even.
So in lieu of that, we're gonna use an oldie but a goodie. We're gonna be new teammate Hootis.
All right, sounds good. All right, and then I will be teaming up with our good friend. And can we talk about your recent escapades on television now officially, right? Both in person and over the years. Matt Takamoto, how was your experience with Jeopardy this second go around?
It was great. It was the Champions Wild Card, and it was a bunch of former champions from the last couple of years back together. There was a official Tournament of Champions berth on the line. I was tied going into Final Jeopardy and then missed Final Jeopardy because it was a question about books for grownups, and I teach the 5th grade, and I don't read books for grownups, and my opponent was a librarian.
Oh, geez.
So the cards were stacked against me heavily, but I had a heck of a week in Southern California. They put all of us up in a hotel, so it was a lot of go tape Jeopardy and then get drinks at the rooftop bar afterwards, and it was an awesome vacation, and I got to play another game of Jeopardy, so it was dope.
Sounds terrible. Yeah. Awesome. All right. Well, I'm good. What was I was going to say something earlier. By the time this comes out, hopefully everything will be all done. But Tuesday and on Thursday, I'm having surgery, and I'm super anxious about it. So I'm going to be out of commission for like a month or maybe 2, depending on how I recover. So hopefully things will go good. But so worried about that. But we weren't talking about that now. We're going to talk about how two guys named Matt are teaming up together. And it is Tuesday, and normally we have to eat tacos on Tuesday. And since Matt's nickname is Taco, we're going to call him, our team name is going to be You Tuesday. So you being him, not me, not you.
Do I have to say our team name is Knee Tuesday? I don't understand how this works. Okay.
How often are you going to say our team name now?
That's a great point.
Because the person who will be saying our team name, thank you for that transition there, Taco, is our guest, Mr. Josh Snyder. Josh, are you, I apologize, I'm poor at podcasting tonight. Are you a patron?
I am a patron. I honestly don't remember what my level is, whatever the
at
second
the level
one is,
of kick-ass awesome person.
Hey,
we have tonight's guest host, Josh Snyder. Hi, Josh.
Hey, Matt. Happy to be with you guys tonight.
Why don't you remind folks, because when we popped on, I was sitting there going, have we met before? And you said, yeah, like 5 times. I'm like, oh, I'm a jerk. So sorry. Why don't you remind folks about who you are, where you're from, and all the business, and me too.
Absolutely. Yeah, just got to be on one fast break episode and one regular episode with you guys. So excited to jump into a host role for my first time tonight. I'm from Philadelphia originally, but I've lived in Baltimore for 15 years, which means I'm a Seattle Seahawks fan, number one, more than anything else. Also, Baltimore Orioles, Philadelphia 76ers, and yeah, why not the Seattle Kraken if I'm going to root for a hockey team. Every now and then, if I need an NL team, I'll root for the Phillies. So
I would think that being a Kraken fan would suck because then you'd have to stay up so late to watch their games that they're, yeah, but 10 o'clock, their games start at like 10 o'clock your time.
And that's why maybe I'm not the most dedicated of all Kraken fans. So
His fandom falls apart there.
Awesome.
it's true.
All right. Well, we have our host, we have our teams, we have our team names, and we have Walling drinking bourbon. Let's throw it over to Dan for the rules.
The game will consist of 4 quarters of play, each with different trivia style. The styles of quarters 1 through 3 will change from show to show, and I will explain them as we go along. Like any good sporting event, we will have a halftime show after the second quarter with entertainment questions. And in the fourth quarter, our teams will wager from their points accumulated to see who are today's clipboard captains, to be honored like the true benchwarmers they are. All right, let's get this game underway.
Thank you, Mr. Emeritus. Now we'll throw it over to our guest host, Josh. So, Josh, take it away, sir.
All right. So this game, I would say, is ridiculous by design in that I've purposely messed with the quarter styles a little bit, though totally within the rules for maximum entertainment value. You'll see what I mean in a second. Hopefully a good time will be had by all. Do call your doctor if the game lasts longer than 5 hours. If you do have complaints about your experience, please blame David Lux, who reviewed all these questions. Thank you, David. So without further ado, that brings us to the first quarter, which will be pre and post game.
Pre and post game. For this quarter, there will be 4 before and after style questions. For example, if I said, what all-time leader in receptions for the Indianapolis Colts was a Notre Dame safety drafted by the Minnesota Vikings? The answer would be Marvin Harrison Smith. Each question is worth 25 points.
To be fair, even if he had nothing to do with it, we would have blamed David.
Yeah, blame David Lux at all times.
Understood. I have a feeling David helped me with, so I'll just say that there's more clues than there are not, though the questions themselves may be a little challenging. We'll see. So pre and post game, first quarter. This is a pre and post game unique name maximum overlap edition. Everyone here has a unique name, which features an overlap of at least 2 syllables. Question number 1. In 2022, this Defensive Rookie of the Year became the first D-Roy to play on the same team as the Offensive Rookie of the Year since 1967, and a quarterback who has been pressed into a starting role for meaningful games in all 3 of his stops, who is also the living embodiment of Uncle Rico from Napoleon Dynamite.
We're checked in.
New teammate who dis has checked in. You Tuesday, talk it out.
Okay, so I think the second half is Gardner Minshew.
Okay.
Because he has big Uncle Rico energy, and he has been to multiple stops, and he has ended up starting wherever he goes.
Defensive Rookie of the Year. Okay, so we don't know what sport, though.
No, that ends in Gardner. So like a Baumgartner or a Rowan Gardner.
Nuts. But no, didn't Josh said it has to be at least 2 syllables? It doesn't have to be the whole name.
But Gardner is 2 syllables, so
Gardner.
That would be the 2.
Wait, I'm sorry, I'm not Eric Eid. I apologize.
2 minutes for miscounting syllables.
So a defensive Rookie of the Year and offensive, that makes me think of the NFL then, right?
Right.
Or the NHL. But they wouldn't call it that. They wouldn't call it They would call it by their trophy names.
Right. Then it's probably the NFL.
So 2022 wasn't the defensive rookie of the year wasn't it the linebacker for the Cowboys? Micah Parsons? I thought it was Parsons. I thought so.
I don't have anything. Sauce Gardner. Gardner Minshew.
Yes. Nice. Way to go, buddy.
Oh my God. Yeah. We're checking in with Sauce Gardner Minshew.
All right. New teammate, who dis? What did you check in with?
Man, what a buzzer beater there by Taco, man. He's putting on the Ritz already.
That's a great reference, Scott. Very good.
I had this one before Josh finished the question. Yeah, this is Sauce Gardner Minshew.
Both teams are getting points. Sauce Gardner Minshew, the second officially, is the answer. And if you were wondering, 67, that was the Lions with Mel Farr and Lem Barney, which was probably also the last time that the offensive and defensive rookies of the year were palindromes in terms of their first names. And Gardner Minshew lives in a van down by the river where he likely likes to get sauced. All right. Question number 2. Bears practice squad wideout and lead into a Shakespeare comedy who rode one big Monday night game upset of the Vikings to a contract with the Vikings, but whose career fizzled shortly thereafter, and quarterback who set his Pac-12 school's single game passing yardage record in his first start for said school in 2023.
We will check in.
All right. You Tuesday has checked in. New teammate, who dis? Talk it out.
I think we have the back half.
Yeah, I think you're right with Shadur Sanders.
There's that famous Bears wide receiver, Jim Shadur, wasn't there?
I have no idea who that is.
Tony Shadur?
Tony, yeah. That sounds
He was the star. He was the star of Monk.
Yeah, yes.
Tony Shalhoub.
Also, yeah, and he sounds more like a tight end than a wide receiver.
Slim Shadur?
Oh, I think I got it. Yep, because Dan loves saying this. It's Devin Aromashodu.
Oh.
He played for both of those teams.
Devin Aromashodu Sanders.
And it makes sense that he was on the practice squad. Yeah, we got it. All right, we're going to check in Devin Aromashodu Sanders.
All right. You Tuesday, what do you have?
Yeah, we hit the same thing.
All right. Took a while, but you both got there. Both teams are getting points. The answer is Devin Aromashodu Sanders.
Explain the Shakespeare part. I'm curious.
Well, ultimately, Devin Aromashodu's career was much ado about nothing. Aroma should do about nothing. But,
yeah,
okay.
I typed to Matt much Shadur about nothing.
But he missed a huge commercial deal with Yankee Candle where he could have done that aroma should do. When you want
that aroma, what that aroma should do.
You know what? He did all right for himself. He got a contract from the Vikings that no one remembered clearly. So
yeah.
I remembered the taming of the aroma should do.
Oh, that's also very good.
That's what the defensive backs did, though, right? Like that's what.
Yes, they did. It was very easy to tame.
Tamed him quite well. Oh man! All right, that was a good one. Nice job, everybody. Question number 3: two-time NBA All-Star small forward for the Pistons, who was an inaugural Charlotte Hornet in 1988. Leading them in scoring that season. And he was also, by the way, a son of the inaugural QB for the Denver Broncos. That's just part number 1. And record-setting current NFL rookie who has the record for most catches in a game by a rookie with 15, as well as records for most catches by a rookie through his first 2 and 4 games.
We will check in.
All right. New teammate who this is checked in. You Tuesday. Talk it out.
Yeah, so I think you're right with Jordan Addison
as the second half.
Yeah. Two-time NBA All-Star small forward, the Pistons. Also the son of the inaugural quarterback for the Denver Broncos. Wow, interesting.
I think I'm focusing too much on that part just because it's interesting because I have nothing about any of that. But I'm fascinated by it. So now I can't stop thinking about it.
Huh.
Yeah, I'm just running through first names that could pair with Jordan.
Do you think the last name could be more than just Jordan?
Well, Josh did say at least 2 syllables, so it's got to be. It would have to be Jordan or Jordanad, but that doesn't sound like a name. So that's the opposite of the Mason. That's not a name.
Yeah. Oh, man. Who did play for the Hornets that season? Why am I completely blanking on that?
Just pick a first name, Matt.
Well, it's got to be an NBA first name, so we'll go with Lucky Mosey.
Muggsy. Okay. Muggsy Jordan Addison.
Yeah, Muggsy. Yeah. There you go. I said Mosey. Sorry. Muggsy. Yep.
Minute Jordan Addison.
Okay. That new teammate who dis, what did you guys have?
Yeah, no, this is one of the better ones I think in a while. Actually, this is really good. The problem you guys had is you picked the wrong wide receiver.
Oh.
It's not Jordan Addison. His first few weeks were pretty nondescript, actually. This is someone who really burst onto the scene, kind of like a Devin Aroma should do, actually. It wasn't really expected to do much. And once we had that name, there was only one name from the NBA that worked. This is Kelly Tripucka Nakua.
Oh.
Kelly Tripucka Nakua is correct.
Very nice.
And fun to say. Really fun to say, actually.
And you kind of got to mess with the U because it's really Kelly Tripucka, but Puka Nakua, but it works, hopefully. All right. So new teammate who dis getting points on that one. Final question of the round, number 4. Penn State wideout of Lithuanian descent, who played in 3 Super Bowls, each with a different team, going 1-2 for the Giants, Bucks, and Seahawks, and 90s era WCW rhyming tag team affiliated with the New World Order, composed of Scott Norton and Buff Bagwell.
Yeah, we're checked in.
All right, new teammate who dis is checked in. You Tuesday, talk it out.
Okay, so those teams that I could
like
think
that.
of, the only player I could think of that was on those 3 teams that had a weird, like Eastern European name was Joe Juravicious.
Yep.
I don't know anything about the second part. That is 100% you. Vicious.
No, it's got to be Vicious. Oh God, I watched WCW too. I was also a prepubescent child, so I don't remember anything from that time period.
Also, it was Scott Norton, so you probably weren't paying a lot of attention.
Also true. NWO had 55 members, and Scott Norton was the 54th best. Now I'm just thinking of words that rhyme with vicious, and none of them make good tag team names. This might make for good audio or bad audio. I'm just going to start naming words that rhyme with vicious.
Yes.
And Matt, you tell me when something vibes with you. So we've got vicious fishes, which is very funny.
Sure.
Vicious and seditious.
Delicious.
Oh, I like delicious.
Vicious and delicious.
Actually, that feels very Buff Bagwell. Vicious and litigious. That's too big a word. Buff Bagwell can't spell litigious.
Right? Litigious.
No one in WCW could spell.
Buff Bagwell can't spell vicious, to be clear. Buff Bagwell can't spell Buff Bagwell. I like vicious and delicious. I think we go with Joe Juravicious and delicious.
Okay.
All right, you Tuesday checking in with Joe Juravicious and delicious. New teammate who dis. What you guys have?
Passing the rock to Scott, and then he's just standing in the corner, spotting up here. So take it away.
I was like, I don't even know. I don't even know if I can type Juravicious to Walling to even give him the answer. But I think I did all right. I haven't thought about Joe Juravicious probably since before he played for the Seahawks. Yeah, no, I mean, you guys could have went with vicious and suspicious, right? Vicious and nutritious.
Mm-hmm. Mm. Once he said litigious, I knew there was nothing better I was going to get, so I just decided to shut up.
Yep.
But you guys think you chose the right one. The correct answer is Joe Juravicious and delicious.
Are you serious?
It was not late 90s health food vicious and nutritious. It was Joe Juravicious and delicious. Both teams getting points. And very good pull. Very good pull. That brings us to the end of the first quarter. You Tuesday with a score of 75. New teammate who dis, 100. Perfect so far.
We wanted to let you know that we are on Patreon if you'd be interested in supporting us financially. Your contributions will be used to help us cover the costs that it takes to bring you the high-quality sports trivia you have come to expect from us. There's also some great perks that come with the Patreon membership to the Benchwarmers Trivia Podcast, including bonus episodes and Benchwarmers swag. You can find us at patreon.com/benchwarmerstp. Thanks.
That brings us to the second quarter, which will be the long-awaited, never-before-heard, once mentioned in an offhand comment by Bomback when he thought no one was paying attention, but I was. It's the missing limerick.
The Missing Link. This quarter will consist of 5 questions with theme-linked answers. The teams will attempt to answer the questions and guess the theme. Each question is worth 20 points. If a team checks in first via chat to the host with the correct theme before the 5th question, they will earn 100 points. The other team can still earn 50 points with the correct theme guess. If neither team has checked in with the correct theme before the 5th question, each team can earn 50 points with the correct answer to the theme after the 5th question.
Yes. Oh my God.
Somehow Josh is going to be simultaneously excited and mad.
Yep.
I
Yeah.
would like to have a camera in his house when he hears this.
All right. So this is a missing link round, but all the clues will be in limerick form.
Oh, jeez.
I'm so happy.
If it catches on, blame Lux. Okay.
I love everything about this. Go ahead.
Like I said, entertaining, and if it lasts more than 5 hours, also blame Lux. Question number 1. For the Aggies, he once earned a Butkus. A D-Roy, the top 5 pick, won this. Through 3 teams, he's sacked. 2 rings has he stacked. First ballot, I dare you rebut this.
Yeah, we're checked in.
New teammate Hootis has checked in. You Tuesday, talk it out.
Did Von Miller go to A&M?
I have no idea. But I mean, he won a ring with the Rams and he won a ring with
The Broncos.
with the Broncos.
Yeah.
Right? He won one with the Rams, didn't he? Like 3 years ago?
Yeah.
And they beat Cincinnati.
I think so.
And then he got traded that offseason to Buffalo, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's A&M, and he went 2nd overall, right? I think.
I don't know these things. I don't know.
I'm a terrible draft guy, and I think I'm right.
I'm a terrible college football person, so
As long as you're both terrible, it's great for everybody.
I mean, we're definitely both terrible.
yeah.
That's why we work together.
Yeah. Go for it.
Okay, we will check in with Von Miller.
All right, you Tuesdays checked in with Von Miller, new teammate Hootis. What'd you guys have?
Well, we thought at first it might be a Dat win clue. We were very excited. But unfortunately, the rings really, really hurt. So we also checked in with Von Miller.
Both teams getting points. Von Miller is the correct answer. Von Miller is the active sacks leader in the NFL with 123.5. He has said, these glasses are not a fashion statement. I've been blind without them since I was a kid. Now it's cool to wear them. In 99, it wasn't cool. He used to wear rec specs like Horace Grant over his helmet to keep his glasses in place. And by the way, his real name is really Vonnie Bavashan Miller. So
Bovajan.
B''V''S''E''A''N. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but
Oh,
Von Miller.
vicious.
Yeah, vicious. Yeah. He did the commercial. He's in that commercial where they're wearing him and the other guy wearing gold leather.
It's Stephon Diggs, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think.
All I know is that I saw that commercial and I laughed. I thought it was pretty funny.
All right. So the first answer for the missing limerick is Von Miller. Seeing that it's only the first question, I'll move on to number 2. 3 times did this hurler lead strikeouts. 3 rings for LA. He was lights out. 6 shutouts in a row. 162 Cy Young to show. For his teammate, had 2 more by my count.
Josh, we're going to check in first.
Ooh. You Tuesday, checking in first to Zoo Station. New teammate Hootis, talk it out.
Don't know that we have to.
Yeah, I was going to say the teammate with 2 more would be Koufax. And the only other pitcher I think of during that time who had a Cy Young, struck out a lot of guys, was Don Drysdale.
All right, checking in with Don Drysdale. You Tuesday. What you guys have?
Yeah, we had the same thing.
Both teams getting points for the correct answer. Don Drysdale is correct.
Calling this one.
Yeah, Don Drysdale's second wife, Ann Myers, was a very good basketball player. She actually signed a contract with the Pacers for $50,000, though she never played. First woman to do so.
Yep.
And when she was elected to the Hall of Fame, they were the first married couple both elected to their respective Halls of Fame, though sadly Don died two months later. And this story I just got to tell. When Koufax wouldn't pitch in game 1 of the 65 series, as it fell on Yom Kippur, Drysdale did instead, and he got shelled, giving up 7 runs in 2 2/3. And when the manager, Walter Austin, came to the mound to replace him, Drysdale said, "Hey, Skip, bet you wish I was Jewish today, too."
One of my favorite stories. Yeah, I love that.
All right. So your missing limerick answers so far are Von Miller and Don Drysdale. Question number 3. 4 years in a row in the East, these NBA playoff teams beefed. I-94 duels led one coach to write rules. Last 3 winners got championship feast.
We'll check in.
All right. You Tuesday has checked in. New teammate. Who dis? Talk it out.
Yeah, I think we were pretty close here. It's got to be the Jordan rules. So Pistons and Bulls. I think that's what we were getting ready to check in with. So we will check in with Pistons and Bulls.
You teammate who dis has checked in with the Pistons and the Bulls. You Tuesday. What do you guys have?
Yeah, I threw Matt astray for like a good 5 minutes or 2 minutes or so because for some reason I thought I-94 went all the way over to the East Coast, and I remembered I think it ends like by Cleveland or something like that. So then, so I figured it had to be Chicago and Detroit. So Pistons and Bulls.
All right, both teams getting points. That's absolutely correct. The Pistons won the championship at 89 and 90, and the Bulls at 91. And the Jordan rules in a nationally televised game in Detroit on Easter Sunday. Jordan scored 59 points in a 112-110 Bulls victory, and he had scored 61 and 87. This angered Chuck Daly, who vowed to never allow Jordan to light them up again. He wrote these Jordan rules, which led to the Pistons winning 3 times in a row until the Bulls hired Phil Jackson and finally broke through in 91.
Just so we're on the same page, the official answer is the Pistons and Bulls.
Yes, the official answer is the Pistons and the Bulls. And your theme answers up to this point are Von Miller, Don Drysdale, and the Pistons and the Bulls. Question number 4 in the missing limerick. Since the turn of the 20th, folks, twice a major's been won by 10 strokes. Both by the same great? Surprised? Nah, it was fate. At age 3, TV golfed with Bob Hope.
Check in.
You Tuesday checking in? New teammate who dis? Talk it out.
Got a better golf swing at age 3 than I have ever had in my entire life, and it's just sad to think of that TV appearance. And one of my favorite videos of the last year has been him and Scotty Scheffler, where he doesn't take a divot, and Scotty Scheffler is just like absolutely amazed. It's just appalled. So, Tiger Woods, you good with Tiger Woods?
I'm good with Tiger Woods.
All right, let's check it in. Tiger Woods.
All right, checking in with Tiger Woods. You Tuesday, what do you guys have?
Yeah, we had the same thing. And the best part of that Scotty Scheffler video is Tiger is very just nonplussed about, I don't take a divot. I don't understand what the fuss is. It's very confusing. But yeah, we also checked in with Eldrick Tiger Woods.
Eldrick Tiger Woods is correct. Both teams getting their points. In the 97 Masters, his first Masters, Tiger ended up 12 strokes ahead of, I think I have Top Kite here. No, Tom Kite, unless that's a new one of those Top Golf. There's a place where you can do kites.
You can pay to have a bay to fly your kite from by the hour.
And you got to hit these little targets floating up in the
air. Top Kite. $1
million.
Come on, people.
Discovery.
Somebody put a patent on that before.
Yeah, this is Discovery. They can't take it back.
That's great.
And in the 2000 U.S. Open, 15 strokes over runners-up Ernie Els and Miguel Angel Jimenez, the most dominating win in a major in the first tournament of the new millennium. Very memorable. All right, our theme answers at this point are Von Miller, Don Drysdale, the Pistons and the Bulls, and Tiger Woods.
Josh, so obviously when it comes to names that we have with this, they don't always have to be like Vaughn and Miller that apply to, it could be one or the other. Is it both the Pistons and the Bulls apply to this missing link?
Yes.
Taco, you're gonna edit this one this quarter.
Yep.
So I would like for you to add this in there. David Lux, I don't like you.
You might like it later if you really think of it. In a sense, I gave you.
I don't like having to think. That's the whole point. These games.
I'm just gonna isolate that line and just throw it into every episode.
You really should blame that on me. Lux had nothing to do with it.
And today's second quarter will be
David Lux. I don't like you.
Final question of the missing Limerink round. This heavyweight champs no Pee-wee. Beat Wilder twice and Chisora all three. Gypsy King or Too Fast? Nick's bro? Had to ask. Still, he's kinda an FTG.
Can check in.
New teammate who has checked in. You Tuesday, talk it out.
It's WWE legend Tyson Fury, right?
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why is he kind of an FTG? I don't know much about him personally, so
he has weird vibes. I don't know what else there is to say. Same thing as you, but he's kind of always had one of those weird vibes off of him.
He's a too aggro,
maybe, but he's also a heavyweight boxer, so they're all aggro.
Yeah, exactly. All right, we're gonna check in with Tyson Fury.
All right, you Tuesday has checked in with Tyson Fury. New teammate who dis? What did you guys have?
We also checked in with the man himself, Tyson Fury.
Tyson Fury is correct. Obviously, should have lost to Ngannou. He said some things I won't repeat, although I will say when he got banned for doping, he blamed the elevated nandrolone levels on eating uncastrated wild boar.
We've all been there.
I mean, yeah. I call that a Wednesday. I mean, come on, right?
The best.
No, that's a you Wednesday. Yeah, that's a
Wednesday. Taco Tuesday and uncastrated wild boar Wednesday.
Okay. Well, our theme answers for this round are Von Miller, Don Drysdale, the Pistons and the Bulls, Tiger Woods, and Tyson Fury. The new teammate who dis has checked in with a correct answer.
Oh, geez.
What?
I will give you Tuesday time to talk out.
How much time do you have?
I know. We got a month.
2 minutes.
Oh, Lord.
Tyson.
Okay.
Tiger,
Tyson
Bulls,
Fury. I do want to shout out Matt for the original guess of Chinese New Year's animals.
Because Von Miller and Don Drysdale.
We did say the year of the Don Drysdale.
The Drysdale.
Yeah, the year of the Drysdale.
I said, well, it doesn't hurt for us to guess after the fourth.
No.
Might as well just come up with whatever guess we wanted.
Wow. So we've got, let's see.
Vaughn and Tiger or
Woods. And or Woods. Miller.
I'm assuming it's Don and not Drysdale. I mean, where would a Drysdale? I don't know any other thing in the world named Drysdale except Don Drysdale.
Right.
Could be Fury. Could be Tyson.
Something to
do with Mike Tyson.
Or chicken companies.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Drysdale chicken.
Yeah.
It's better than Drysdale pizza that we came up with earlier.
Yeah.
Beer brands. We've got Miller,
you said Miller right away.
Tiger. Tiger is a beer, I think.
I wouldn't eat Piston chicken, just saying.
They have to have. There's so many beer brands out there that I'm assuming that there's a beer brand for each one of these out there right now.
Sure. Drysdale Pale Ale.
3 people that have not been in my kitchen.
Right. Fury. We could get into like.
We're not going to get it, buddy. Let's just throw in the towel.
We're going to check in with chicken companies.
Yeah.
All right. So new teammate who dis? What do you guys got?
What if I told you and I put you in this order? Vaughn, and then Piston, and then Don, and then Tiger, and then Bulls, and then Piston again, and then Bull again, and then Tyson. They would all be in order that you fight them in Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. And that's what we checked in.
Oh.
Ding, 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 ding.
Very good.
That is correct. All Mike Tyson's Punch-Out characters: Von Kaiser, Don Flamenco, Piston Honda, Bald Bull, Magic Tiger, and Mike Tyson. Best music ever to me in a sports game. Great characters, definitely some stereotyping going on. We can name that now. For instance, did you know that Soda Popinski was originally Vodka Drunkensky?
Nice.
Yes.
Not
Yes,
necessarily something we want to do today, but there we are. But good job sussing that out. New teammate Who Dis. So after the second quarter, we have scores of You Tuesday with 175. Teammate Who Dis a little bit ahead with 300. And that'll bring us to halftime.
It is now time for the halftime show. There will be 3 entertainment questions. Each question is worth 25 points.
So this halftime round is all about music associated with some of my favorite teams. I'm going to give you the year of release, the genre, and the team and the usage, and you tell me the name of the song. 10 points for the artist if you can't come up with the song. So some partial credit available here. Question number 1. 1993, Hip Hop. This hit song was associated with the 93 Phillies, an incredible cast of characters, and was often played throughout their World Series run for big moments. Also, the Cubs play it whenever they hit a home run. It's frequently used as an NBA arena anthem. And some of the song's most notable placements in film include Elf, D2 The Mighty Ducks, Rio, and Addams Family Values.
Yeah, we're checked in.
Oof. Okay, new teammate Who Dis is checked in. You two stay. You seem like you're close. Talk it out.
Before
Yeah,
I even
think
had
so.
a chance to hit enter after I typed it out, Matt had already typed in the answer.
Yeah, and I think I'm right there with Scott that D2, the Mighty Ducks, is the one that buried it. We are checking in with Whoop. There it is.
Checking in with Whoop. There it is. New teammate Who Dis. What do you guys have?
Yeah, 1993 hip hop, and that's the first song I thought of was Tag Team. And then, yeah, that excellent scene from D2 when they get a little toughened up by those street kids, by Russ's brother and those hooligans. Yeah, we also checked in with Whoop, There It Is by Tag Team.
I'm still with Buddy in the mailroom and Elf, but y'all, whatever. Whoop, there it is. There it was. Both teams getting points. Number 2, 1997, Rock or Emo. This song has been used fairly consistently as the Seattle Seahawks entrance music since about 2005. The song itself is based on a sample from a 1965 version of a Rolling Stones song, The Last Time, by the Andrew Oldham Orchestra. And it includes the lyrics, I'm a million different people from one day to the next.
We're checked in.
New teammate Who Dis is checked in. You Tuesday. Dug it out.
I'm a million different people from one day to the next. I can change.
Oh.
No.
We'll get a copyright strike for that one.
All right.
It's
I just can't get to the hook.
it's Bittersweet Symphony
by
by The Verve.
Yes.
There it is.
Oh,
Right?
The Verve? Yeah, not the Verve.
Well, there it is
The
with
Verve.
the last one, but I'll give it to
Yeah.
you. You know, Bittersweet Symphony by the Verve is what You Tuesday has. New Who Dis, what do you guys have?
It was a dead giveaway once you said the Rolling Stones, because the Verve never got paid for that song. They everything had to go to the Rolling Stones, which is unfortunate because it's a great song. But yeah, it's Bittersweet Symphony.
Yep, indeed it is. Maybe they needed a better lawyer, needed to be more litigious, religious, or some kind of itches.
Suspicious?
They needed Buff Bagwell was what they needed.
Vicious.
That's
They
what
needed-
they needed.
Especially in 1997. That
Auspicious.
was
They needed to tag team that
Ooh,
Verve.
auspicious. Who said that?
auspicious and delicious.
job.
Vicious and auspicious.
Way to
I like
go,
it.
Walling. Auspicious. Way to go. That's why he got like a
It
1,500
only-
or whatever's a big number on his SATs.
1330. Don't worry about
Sure.
it. There. It took me 3 rounds to think of that word, so don't give me that.
Dude, I'm loving that the SAT score came up in that moment. All right, both teams getting points. It is indeed the Bittersweet Symphony from the Verve. All right, question number 3. This is a throwback, y'all. It's 1975 pop and country folk. This song is played after Take Me Out to the Ball Game at Orioles home games and apparently also the Atlanta Braves home games. While it might make some sense in Atlanta, it makes absolutely no sense here in Baltimore. It's also played regularly at Montana Grizzlies games. I'm not sure which one they are. Washington Glory, and most appropriately at Colorado Avalanche home games.
Yeah, we'll check in.
New teammate Hudis has checked in. You Tuesday. Talk it out.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Rocky Mountain High.
Yeah, I think that the
Makes
last bit
sense.
about the Colorado Avalanche
Yeah,
leads me to that, and time frame feels right. So,
I think you're right.
all right, check it in Rocky Mountain High.
All right, you Tuesday checking in with Rocky Mountain High. New teammate Hudis. What do you guys have?
Well, we went a similar path, but slightly different road, and said, "Take me home, country roads," by Mr. Sunshine on My Goddamn Shoulders, John Denver.
I regret to tell you, neither team getting
Oh,
I should have taken the 10 points for the artist. John Denver is correct, but however, the song is "Thank God I'm a Country Boy."
oh.
Play Sally Gooden all day if I could. Anyway, not really a well-known song unless you happen to be in those ballparks and those places, but it's a damn good jam.
I'm a huge John Denver fan, so yeah,
I
know the
yeah,
song. I just don't know
I
that
know
that
the
was.
song.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, after halftime, our scores are they've gone up, but the same difference is there. 225 for you Tuesday and 350 for new teammate Hudis. That will bring us to the third quarter, which will be 5-on-3.
5-on-3. For this quarter, there will be 3 categorized lists containing 5 items, where each item is worth 10 points. The teams will attempt to guess as many items as they can. However, if a team has an incorrect guess, they will receive 0 points for that list.
So this is a 5-on-3, oops, all NFL special teams edition. All questions will be about NFL special teams. I'd like to dedicate this round to my friend Manny, who whenever we played football in the park on Saturday would scream, "Special teams!" on kickoffs. Because, you know, every team is special in its own way. Anyway, question number 1. Most punts in NFL history. Not yardage, not average, not inside the 20, just punts. Your top 5 punters in terms of punts in NFL history.
All right, Josh. I think we're gonna check in, right, Matt?
Let's check in.
You Tuesday has checked in. New teammate Hudis, talk it out.
Well, we were having a long and fruitful conversation about our favorite punter.
Yeah, this is really exciting stuff, podcast listeners. We're talking punters.
Somebody had to ask the question. David sponsored this, so this makes all
That
the sense in the world.
it does make a lot of sense. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, Fiegels and Leckler, I think, are probably the 2, if not 1 and 2, like 2 and 3 or something like that.
just around a long time.
Yeah, and then I like Sean Landetta. I think
Like
he
as a
was around
person
for-
or an answer or both.
Well, I mean, he's never done anything bad to me, but I've never ran into him. You've also never seen us both in the same room, so we could be the same person.
Sure. Yeah, no, he was around for a long time. For
So
sure.
I like those 3 because after that, it's just
I do too.
those are just guys I remember being around for forever.
Yeah, there's a guy that I'm thinking of maybe from like Jacksonville, but I can't think of the name. So I'm good with those 3.
Okay, we'll check in with Landetta, Leckler, and Fiegels.
Okay. You Tuesday, what did your team have?
We had some of the same names, Fiegels and Landetta. Leckler's a good one. I bet he's on there. We said another guy that's been around forever, 49ers legend Andy Lee. So we checked in with Fiegels, Landetta, and Andy Lee.
All right. Starting off in 5th place in NFL history. Not mentioned by any team, Brad Maynard with 1,339 punts for the Giants, the
That's a name.
Bears, and the Browns. That is a
Oh,
name.
yes, the lead singer of Tool.
Perhaps the tool himself. Who knows? Sean Landetta, number 4, mentioned by both teams. Pride of Towson University, 1,401 punts. Played for 5 teams. Number 3, Shane Leckler, 1,444 punts. Number 2, Andy Lee, 1,466 punts, and far and away in number one, played for the Eagles. His name is Jeff Feagles, 1,713 punts. Both teams getting 30 points. Well done. Question number 2. It only gets harder from here, folks. Longest game-winning field goals in NFL history. You've got to give me the distance and the kicker. There is a 3-way tie for 5th, so you can give me any one of those players who were in that 3-way tie.
We're going to check in.
New teammate who this has checked in. You Tuesday. Feel free to talk it out.
I mean,
The only one with any sort of authority behind it for us is Justin Tucker. Matt, you said Tom Dempsey in that 63-yarder. I don't remember if it was a game winner, but it was definitely a long field goal.
yeah.
I mean, I could just start naming field goal kickers, but that doesn't really help at
Not
all.
going to help us. Yeah.
That'd just be like playing the odds of like the more field goals they have, the more likely they are to be on the list. But
I mean,
Yeah.
it worked with Vicious and Delicious. I'm just saying.
Can you rhyme field goals? I don't know.
okay, let's start naming things that rhyme with Justin Tucker. Wait, no.
I think you can get in trouble doing that.
I mean,
Seersucker.
I mean,
I mean,
yeah.
Monster truck.
Janikowski had a couple of super long ones, but I'm not going to be able to give you a number.
Yeah.
So there was, Josh, would you say there was like a bunch of them tied at the end?
3 of them
right?
tied for
Tied at
5th.
Fifth.
Correct. 3 tied for 5th.
I know that Graham Gano had a long one a couple years ago, right when he was with the Saints. No, he was
Okay.
with the Panthers, I think.
If you're
Janikowski
yeah.
had one a couple of years ago.
I like
That'd be more than a
Janikowski just
couple,
because
like
he's
10 years ago.
yeah, but he was known for
Okay, so
having
we're
a big
gonna
leg.
say- So we're gonna say Tucker at 66
Yep.
and Jano at, I have no idea.
I don't know,
60,
something.
63, 64, 62, 65.
I don't know. I mean, it feels like he'd be in the conversation, so he's a decently safe bet.
But we need the number though, right? We need the name and
I
the
don't-
number.
yeah, you need the distance.
You need the
Oh.
name and the distance. And nothing rhymes with Janikowski.
Oh, yeah,
I'll just
you're
say
right.
that, so. If you can find one.
Lewandowski.
Well, that's pretty good, actually. Yeah, I know.
Luscious and Delicious.
Yeah.
Once we get the distance involved, I think Tucker at 66 and Dempsey at 63, if you like it as a game winner.
I have no idea if Dempsey was a game winner, but
I don't know either, but
Yeah.
we do know that he kicked a 63-yard field goal,
Well,
which is
and I think that one that Jano might have tied him. So
okay.
let's go with Tucker 66 and Jano at 63. Then you want to go Dempsey at 63 also, or just go with those two?
I don't your call. I'm fine either way.
Let's just go with the two, because I think we could probably go Graham Gano and then that a couple other names we could probably pull out too. But and it might even whatever. Let's just we'll wrap it up.
All right.
Tucker 66, Jano 63.
All right. New teammate who dis? What'd you check in with?
We also thought of Justin Tucker and the 66-yarder, and then the other one that I could remember that was a game winner that was over 60 yards was Dallas Cowboy legend. In like 2019, Brett Maher kicked a 62-yarder to win a game in overtime, and so that was the only other one we could really come up with that I felt confident about. So we said Tucker 66 and Maher 62.
Okay. Well, I'm going to have to look that one up because I did look up Brett Maher honestly before, and I didn't see him pop up on the list because I saw that he kicked a few that were, at that 62, 61. He'd kicked like 260 yarders within the same season. But I might need a little bit of, a pause on research on this one. Brett Maher, 62 yard.
They're winning, so you don't have to give them the
Yeah,
points.
it's okay.
He drilled a
Also
62-yarder before the half for the Cowboys versus the Eagles that I have as a record here. a 63 yarder before halftime versus the Eagles, and then another 62 yarder before halftime. I don't have a record of a 62 yarder in overtime. So, and
There's a
Walling,
game winner.
feel free to look it up as a winner, as a game winner. So, Walling, feel free to look at it for here. Yeah,
I could be misremembering. It's okay.
and I'll tell you, I did look at that one because I seemed to see at least one mention of Brett Maher kicking a 60-plus game-winning field goal, and then I couldn't find any record of it. Did it count? No, there's a 62-yard winning field goal that's mentioned, but then I don't think that his winner was 62. He might have kicked a 60-yarder that won it for the Cowboys.
Okay, maybe that's.
But not a. But can he kick a 63 and a 62? But I don't think that his winner was a 62-yarder. So here's what I've got, which will result in a very unsatisfying answer for everybody. There are three 61-yard field goals that were kicked that won games. Greg Joseph, Minnesota versus the New York Giants. Jake Elliott for the Eagles versus the New York Giants. Justin Tucker, 61, Ravens versus Detroit in 2013. And then you've got number 4 on the list, Matt Bryant, 62-yarder he kicked for Tampa Bay versus Philadelphia to win a game. Graham Gano, Matt mentioned, kicked a 63-yarder for Carolina to win a game versus the Giants. Tom Dempsey with a half a foot is the record for a long time. New Orleans versus Detroit, game winner in 1970. And, of course, the all-time record by Justin Tucker, 66 yards for the Ravens, again, versus the Lions, a game winner in 2021. 0 points for that particular piece there, and I apologize for that. Okay.
Certainly is special teams, yeah.
Very special. And you know what? It's only going to get more special, folks. Just hang with me here. This is a very, very special play that doesn't happen very often. I'm going to ask you for the 5 successful regular season kick sixes since the year 2000. He's also ranked as some of the longest plays in NFL history, all over 100 yards. And just to remind you, a kick six is an unblocked, missed field goal that's caught before it hits the ground and returned for a touchdown. Because this is so hard, I'm going to give you a clue. 2 of these were by players on the same NFC team, and the other 3 were by players on 3 AFC teams, none of which are in the same division. You don't have to give me the yardage on this one. You just have to tell me the player that returned the kick six for a touchdown. So again, 2 were by players on the same NFC team, not in the same game, of course, but 3 were by players on 3 different AFC teams, none of which are in the same division.
All right, Josh, we're going to check in.
New teammate who dis has checked in. You Tuesday. Feel free to talk it out.
Dude.
I think I'm the least helpful I've ever been on a single question.
To be fair, this is a very unhelpful question.
To be fair. Well, I'm pretty sure that somebody Humphreys for Tampa, I don't know his first name,
Okay.
did it here a couple of years back or recently.
So if he did it, then somebody else for Tampa did it.
And I do know that there was somebody for the Chargers who did it against the Vikings because I think it was at the Metrodome before it closed down to the new Viking Stadium. But and it was a name that you would know. It was like a defensive back that you had heard of before. Not Cromartie, but somebody like that.
Chargers.
Was it? Was Cromartie? Did Cromartie play for the Chargers, didn't he? Could have been him.
He did. Do we want to just check in with
Humphreys?
Just check in with Humphreys.
Sure. Yeah.
And call it a day.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's do that. We are checking in with Humphreys.
All right, checking in with San Diego Chargers quarterback Stan Humphreys
Mhm.
and new teammate who dis. What do you guys have?
We were both slightly confident that Devin Hester has achieved this, so then that would make the other NFC guy a Bear. We couldn't think of another Bear, but we felt like we had the 3 AFC guys. So we checked in with Devin Hester, Ed Reed, Antonio Cromartie, and Jamal Agnew.
Oh man, guys, I really feel because you did a lot of work on that one,
No.
and you got so close.
Mm.
So indeed, the most recent one, 2019, the Jaguars, Jamal Agnew, 109-yard return versus the Cardinals, they lost. 2007, it was Antonio Cromartie for the Chargers, who returned it 109 yards off of Ryan Longwell, and the Chargers lost. 2006, Devin Hester, 108 yards off the Giants' Jay Feely, though Chicago didn't need the points. Before that, in 05, it was the Bears' Nathan Vasher. That's your other Bear. Also 108 yards. And in 2002, it was not Ed Reed. Unfortunately, I think this is before Ed Reed. Oh, maybe he came into the league. He might have been a rookie that year. But it was the Ravens' Chris McAllister, who returned it 107 yards off of Jason Elam, taking a 24-3 lead into a 31-3 lead. So I am sorry. This is maybe not the most special quarter, but both teams coming up empty at the end there. And maybe my question writing is deemed special at the end of this. So
it already was, Josh.
Kind of very, I'll live with it. I'll embrace it. And it is what it is, y'all. So you Tuesday with 255, new teammate Hudis 380. And that will bring us to the fourth quarter.
The fourth quarter, known as Put Your Fours Up. This quarter consists of 4 categorized questions that teams will wager up to 100 points each, not to exceed their current point total.
So here we are. We're in the fourth quarter. So I started writing this game when the live version of The Little Mermaid came out. And so perhaps this it's a message to you who've had to suffer through this game so far that the suffering is soon to end. So the categories for today are as follows. Poor, that's in baseball. Un, that's in uniform mishaps. Fortunate, that's a football pre and post game. And soul, that's in Olympics. It's now time for the teams to place their wagers.
We'd like to take a minute to invite you to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at BenchwarmersTP. We also have a Facebook group for fans of the pod called The Bench. Join us there to comment on the latest episodes and share cool sports facts and trivia. If you'd be willing to rate and review us on iTunes or Stitcher, we'd greatly appreciate the support so that other people may find this podcast. Thanks!
Now that the wagers are in, on to the questions. Question number 1 in the category of poor. Huey Jennings was an old-timey baseball player born in 1869 who played for 5 teams, including the original Baltimore Orioles, the Brooklyn Superbas, and the Detroit Tigers. And he holds both the single season with 51 and career with 287 records for what statistic? I will say the modern era record holder for this stat is Craig Biggio.
What I thought it was, yep. We're checked in.
Your teammate Hudis has checked in. You Tuesday. Talk it out.
Yeah, I think you're right, Matt. You said hit by pitch. I think that's right too.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Craig Biggio is the modern record holder for hit by pitch, so I'm good with that.
Do it.
We will check in with hit by pitch.
All right. What was your wager?
64.
Yes, 64 points.
Almost
Right.
nice.
Almost a field goal record. And new teammate Hudis, what was your answer and your wager?
I'm pretty sure that I've drafted Huey Jennings onto my historic fantasy baseball Stratomatic league, and he always has super high hit by pitches. And that's one of the nerdiest sentences that you'll ever hear from a baseball fan. And also Craig Biggio gets hit a lot. So hit by pitches for us, 100 points.
Both teams are getting their points. The correct answer is hit by pitch. I was originally put in a clue about Roger Dorn from Major League, and David said that was too easy. So that is correct. All right. So after question number 1, scores are, I'm counting this right, 319 for you Tuesday, 480 for new teammate Hudis. Question number 2 in the category of uniform mishaps. On November 1st, 2007, someone decided to extend Halloween for 4 Virginia Tech football players in a Thursday night road game against Georgia Tech by stealing their jerseys, forcing them to wear old Georgia Tech practice jerseys. The players set about modifying the jerseys with Sharpies and tape, crossing out the Russell Athletic logo and ad-libbing a swoosh, blacking out the Georgia Tech logos and word marks, and writing their names with a capital and lowercase letters on the back in an unforgettable visual display. I want you to name 2 out of the 4 players, and I'm going to give you some clues because this question isn't long enough as is. One of them was a quarterback who had his best career night in that jersey, who only made it onto an NFL practice squad, easily outdone by his younger brother. One was a cornerback who became a second-round draft pick with 1 career Pro Bowl. One was a safety who made 4 Pro Bowls and was a huge part of his team winning a Super Bowl. And the last is another quarterback who's still playing, having made 1 Pro Bowl and winning a Super Bowl as a backup, though his recent luck seems to have him getting injured every time he might have a chance to start.
We're going to go ahead and check in.
Checking in with Mr. Wright. Okay, we've got your teammate Hudis has checked in, so you two stay. Take a chance to talk it out.
Okay, so we might have 2 that we feel decent about. I'm thinking the safety might be Cam Chancellor. Almost positive he went to Virginia Tech, and then the 4 Pro Bowls and the part of his team winning a Super Bowl also check out.
Mm-hmm.
And then you came in with the quarterback.
Yeah, I said Sean Glennon. I don't know why that name popped in my brain. And then I totally forgot that his brother Mike Glennon was a player in the league too. I forgot about him. So yeah, that makes sense.
I like it. Let's
So
check
we're
in
gonna
with
go
yeah.
Cham Chancellor.
Jam cancer.
Cham Chancellor and Galan Shannon.
And leave it ducks. All right.
Vicious and malicious.
All right, Cham
I've had
Chancellor.
0 to drink tonight.
How many points?
460.
points.
Yeah.
New teammate Hudis. What do you guys check in with?
So we started by thinking that the question said like a guy that made the practice squad and his brother that played at Virginia Tech, and we were like, oh, Marcus Vick, knock it down, and then just move to the next one. And then we reread the question, and it said, that his like younger brother or whatever overshadowed him and had to throw that out. But one of the names I came up with right away before we got to the end of the question was Tyrod Taylor. I was pretty sure that Tyrod Taylor was part of this. I remember seeing like this clip somewhere. And so the last clue got us there, and then we kind of worked back up and also came up with Cham Chancellor, the safety for the New Orleans.
The Legion of Loom. Yeah.
The New Orleans Devils for 100 points.
Both teams getting points. Very nicely sussed out. Yes, Sean Glennon, absolutely, with his brother Mike Glennon having made NFL rosters. Cam Chancellor, big part of the Seahawks winning the Super Bowl. Saw that in person, just some of those hits he put on the Broncos wide receivers coming across the middle were unbelievable. Tyrod Taylor, of course, he of the pool. And the other one that no one got was Brandon Flowers. That's a pretty obscure name.
Oh, Cowboys legend.
Yes.
Lead singer of the Killers.
Lead singer, yes. He's Mr. Brightside.
So we got a whole band with him and Brad Maynard, and get something together.
I just have to say.
Oh, that's the theme. That's the theme.
That's it.
That's
They're
the theme.
all-
The theme of the
Missing
game.
link.
Yes,
This is
100
the Dan
points.
game. This is a
We're
run-
back
Figure
in
it
the
out.
game.
I got to say for Sean Glennon, your career sucked if you're outdone by your brother, and your brother's Mike Glennon.
This question was already convoluted enough. I was going to say something about the Vic brothers kind of sandwiching this whole thing, but it would have been too much. Very well done. Okay. Well, it's still anybody's game, right? 383 for you Tuesday. New teammate Hudis at 580. That brings us to question number 3 in the category of fortunate. It is a pre and post game question and a short one. This fortunate Western Kentucky alum led the DC Defenders in all receiving categories this past XFL season and is the only HBCU with a player drafted in the 2023 NFL draft.
We'll check it.
You Tuesday has checked in. New teammate Hudis, talk it out.
If you told me that was a wide receiver from Western Kentucky, I think I'd believe.
If not, it's my new creative player name on whatever the next NCAA football
Right.
comes out will be.
Yeah. So
you kept trying to chase down the clues, so I'm going to let you you take this one.
right. So I mean, we both kind of settled on Jackson State, which obviously also just made a lot of sense because it's a last name.
And it
so we're
narrowed it down absolutely nothing at all.
Yeah, we were like, was
good,
Deshaun Jackson playing the XFL last season? Because he wasn't on an NFL roster for very long, so maybe he
I'm pretty sure there's an episode of you trying to come up with generic cornerback names,
yes,
and wide receiver names, and Jackson is absolutely on that list.
Definitely one of them. So the only thing that made sense was to try to take the fortunate clue, which I just wasn't getting at all. It's like, are we missing something? Is this like obvious right in our face? And I'm like, well, maybe he's just fortunate because he's lucky. And this would be really cool if his name was Lucky Jackson, because how many times have we thrown out a Lucky Jackson on this show? Definitely more than once. So we're going to check in for 100 points with Lucky Jackson State.
You tell me who this is checked in with Lucky Jackson State. You Tuesday, what did you have?
Yeah, I mean, Matt said Jackson State, and I said, I don't know, fortunate, Lucky Jackson as a joke, and Matt said, let's do it, and so we checked in with Lucky Jackson State.
I think that's Tito's nephew.
Nice job. Both teams sussing us out. This is indeed Dontavian Lucky Jackson State. Jackson is currently on the practice squad of what team? The Minnesota Vikings.
Oh, a couple more injuries and he's getting called up.
Yep, and you'll be seeing Lucky Jackson on the field. Pick him up for your fantasy teams right now. He might make you lucky. All right, going into the final question. Hey, anything's possible. 446 for you Tuesday, 680 for new teammate. Who dis?
No.
I don't think anything is possible.
No.
Literally, a lot of things are impossible.
Just making sure I added the math. Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know if you saw Matt's performance on that math category in Jeopardy, but he is on it, and he knows.
The final question, as we drain our last dregs of whiskey for the evening, is the following. In the 1988 Olympiad, during the sailing competition, a Canadian sailor who was running second in his heat spotted a ship from a different class race that had capsized, its sailors injured and in the water in mortal danger. He turned aside, pulled them from the water, and waited for a patrol boat before rejoining his race, coming in 22nd. Due to his selfless actions, the International Yachting Union decided to reward this magnificent man a second-place finish. Though he didn't end up medaling, he was awarded the Pierre de Coubertin Medal for sportsmanship, named for the founder of the modern Olympiad, being only the second competing athlete so honored at an Olympiad. Who was this super Canadian who may not have won the cup like his countrymen, to whom he is not related, but according to IOC chair Juan Antonio Samaranch, embodied all that is right with the Olympic ideal?
Yeah, let's just go with it.
Okay, we're going to check in.
All right, you two say has checked in. New teammate, who dis? Talk it out.
I forgot we were trying to answer a question.
Not name famous Canadians.
We've just been naming super Canadians.
We have Rick Moranis, number one.
Yeah, oh yeah.
He's
Ryan
the mayor
Reynolds,
of Canada.
Right? Yes.
Yeah. I would have to agree with.
I don't know if John
Moranis
Candy
Cup.
and Rhea Perlman just went into Canada in that movie, or if they were Canadian.
John Candy was Jamaican, right?
That's right.
Yeah,
yes,
you're right.
That's right.
Very clearly, yeah.
Oof, man, that changes our answer. Real
It does, yeah.
drastically.
It's not John Candy then.
Well, the only, Stanley, Gretzky, Messier.
He didn't win the cup like his
Like
countrymen.
countrymen.
But a lot of Canadians have won cups. He didn't there's a
Yes. Man, yeah, they just
Yeah,
hand them out like candy up there. They're the participation trophies of Canada.
And they are really nice, so they would give everyone.
Yeah, Canada gives out
trophy.
participation cups.
At Tim Hortons, yeah.
With a bagel.
That's what they
with
give to the
lox.
kids on the end of the bench who are never going to get in the game. We don't have enough cups for you. We're just going to give you a participation cup. It's made of plastic.
It's
paper.
good for one free coffee refill at Tim Hortons.
Gretzky?
Gretzky, Canadian who's won a cup. Sure.
Yeah,
Do it? All right.
sure.
Let's not overthink it. We'll go with Gretzky for 80 points.
You Tuesday. What do you guys got?
We did something similar in terms of. So we are checking in with Lemieux for 64 points.
That's a good one. Lemieux is correct.
Hey,
Nice.
Way to come back on that one. Lawrence Lemieux was his name. Asked in a 2012 interview if he would rather be talking at the medal he would have won instead of the rescue. He said, nobody really talks about sailing. You spend your life working really hard internationally and get very few accolades. That's the ironic thing. Coming back to that, 25 years after this rescue, we're still talking about it. So, hey, he got more notoriety from not winning the race and by being a good guy. Something we can all learn from that. With that, the game has come to an end, and here are the final scores. With a very respectable score of 510, we have You Tuesday and our clipboard captains with a score of 600, winning the coveted J.T. O'Sullivan Award. New teammate, who dis?
The crowd goes wild. Please.
I don't have a lot of clipboard captain trophies, but I'm glad I got this one.
the
J.T.
JT
O'Sullivan.
O'Sullivan one. Yeah, there you
Yeah.
go. Okay, so first of all, we should say thank you, Josh, very much for
great
for
game.
writing this
Great
game
game,
up
Josh.
for us. Yeah. Any final words or shout outs or anything like that?
Thank you, guys. I mean, I think this game, it was really fun to write and definitely a good escape for me at times when I definitely needed it. And just really love the show, love the content you guys are pushing out, and really an honor to be able to play with you tonight. So thank you very much. I hope you all enjoyed it. And it didn't last longer than 5 hours, did it?
No, we did great. We did great. On behalf of Matt Taco, Matt Doherty, Scott Grimes, Eric Walling.
Thank you for listening to the Benchwarmers Trivia Podcast. We'll leave the bench warm for you.
That ball hit high and deep. Stretch! Get on back there. They look up. You can put it on the board. Yes!
Into deep left center for Mitchell. And we'll see you tomorrow night.
That great music you're listening to is by Justin Nozick. Thanks to him for producing that music for us. You've been listening to the Benchwarmers Trivia Podcast. Make sure to check us out on all of our social media. We are at Benchwarmers TP.